The ones I've already painted, the closure of the frontier, where you can see that very famous photo of the grandfather holding the baby so he can be viewed from his family members on the other side of the border. Also when Queen Elizabeth came to visit Gibraltar, and also some more local, not maybe things like the Queen, but like local images as well. So last night, for example, I completed one half of the Hackney carriages, which used to be the old taxis. And it was I quite enjoyed that one, especially because I got quite a few people, when they saw it, they said, "Oh, that's the carriage of Ed Be Sure." And they explained to me what Be Sure meant. And apparently it was, well, this is what I read on Old Gibraltar Photos, that apparently it means that he used to tell people, be sure that you have enough change so you can use the carriages, and that ended up becoming his nickname.
Be sure.
Yeah, Be Sure. And I think this is one of the things that makes Gibraltar very unique, but that, like how we all create our own nicknames, our own stories. And I think it was also these images, and a lot of people, when they saw me painting it, they were quite proud to see those images as well. So it's not just images about royalty coming to Gibraltar, it's also about our local stories. So what about us and what makes us us? Really my inspiration for Gibraltar's history. I mean, it's something I've been passionate about since I was very, very young. I remember I'm not sure if it was when I was in St Mary's or in Sacred Heart Upper Primary, but we went on a day trip to the convent, and in the courtyard there's this massive like fresco style painting of a war scene of Gibraltar, and I must have been about 9 or 10 years old. And I remember seeing that image, and I just thought, I want to do something like this eventually when I'm older. And when I went to university to do my degree, my entire degree was based on paintings representing my identity. When I did my master's in history of art, the same, I based it all on Gibraltar's architecture, and I explained the unique blend that we have of Moorish, Spanish and British architecture. And now when this project came out, I just thought it was another perfect opportunity to expose our history, to tell our story, to show our identity. And not just to show it, I think also it's important for younger generations that they get to see what the older generations, everything they had gone through to keep us British, to keep our identity, and it's things that we shouldn't really forget.
Beautiful. Well, I can't agree more. and I think that from the time that you've spent on Main Street already, they are already encouraging conversations, aren't they?
Yes, I mean, I think that for me has been the most amazing part of the entire process, having locals stopping me and then giving me their stories, their versions of what they remember, especially during the time of the closure of the frontier. As I was saying at the Be Sure story, I've had locals explaining to me what they went through during the closure of the frontier, how they remember family members shouting and crying to each other at the border. And it's just these stories, and I feel very proud to be Gibraltarian and to see everything that we've been through, and yet we are still standing strong, and we're still very proud of our very unique identity.